Day 8. All right, 1 week in the bank. This is the 8th day. I mean, first and foremost, proud of you. This is what we call momentum. This is really, you've got boots to ground here. And you've probably seen, you're going to see the worst in the beginning. And this goes for everything, am I right? Like, whenever you begin anything, you look like a fool. The fool is the precursor to the savior, right? The fool is the precursor to the savior. This is basically whenever you start, you start shitty. Ernest Hemingway has a great quote that your first draft is shit. It's true. But this is your first week, right? And we're 8 days in, day one of the second week, right? So, like, a lot of the most difficult parts are kind of like sunk costs, like they're behind us, right? So this is a really excellent place to be in because, maybe the first 72 hours. I mean, I might call that the worst of really anything. Um, so again, just to reiterate, like, I'm super pumped for you. This is a really, really an amazing time. And now we're going to break into, forgive me, I'm reading um, into the 8th day here. Um, now, what we're going to do is step up a lot of things, including our workouts. So you can look for inspiration here with a lot of different places. I personally, like, if I'm at the gym, I kind of like look around, but that's weird, right? Like, it's a weird place. People might misconstrue what you're doing. If you're trying to just like learn new exercises or something like that. But you can always purchase inspiration. You can get coaches and things like that. But another place that I go to for free for especially like workout inspiration is like just Instagram. It's like, slew of just motivational kind of either images, videos, or whatever it is. We are going to be looking for an outside influence um, to gain some additional momentum, right? Because you need to add to the intrinsic machine. Um, Most people like can't just operate internally, like dreaming up like this, futuristic self and moving towards it. It's like very, it's a great tool, but you usually need some kind of an influence from other people. And so I encourage you, like, go out and join some kind of, whether it's for exercise or not. This is going to be a double-sided benefit here because if you go and join a group, especially if it's a group that does exercise, you get the added benefit of your workouts and the socialization, right? Both being a very large part of where we want to be ideally. Like, these are main drivers for all humans, right? Social connection, love, affection. These things come from our relationships, and then of course our physical being. So if you can get both done at the same time, hey, like, that is what I call win-win, and that is, it's ideal, right? So make plans and show up for these plans. Again, going back to this different or going back to confidence, right, and keeping promises to yourself. This is huge. This challenge is a promise, right? It's more than just a challenge, really, but it's like each day that you show up to it, it's like another promise kept and more confidence built. And so when I say go out and meet these, you know, start to if you let's just give a very specific example. You join a freaking cycling class. It's at 7 o'clock at night, and it's at the gym around the corner from your house. Do everything you can to make it most certain that you'll go. Get your shoes ready, get your clothes ready, get everything ready for yourself to make it as easy as possible to get over to that gym and keep the promise and be there at 7 o'clock when the class starts. What are we doing here? We're keeping a promise to ourselves. We're gaining confidence. We are going outside of our circle, getting influence and information from people outside of ourselves about a group activity, socialization, and a workout, right? So we're building a tribe. Now, hey, if you go there and you don't like go shake everybody's hand and meet like 5 people and get somebody's number and make plans with them for next weekend, okay, I get it. Maybe you're a wallflower. I'm not that person either. I might seem like I'll run my mouth at everybody, or I kind of will, but like if I go into a class like that, I'm probably not going to talk to anybody. That's okay. It's totally okay. But if you just keep the promise of going, you've got the confidence building there. You do the class when you get there, because if you get there and you don't do the class, like that's a very unlikely. It's very unlikely you get, all right, screw this, and run out the door. That's probably not going to happen. If you show up, you're probably going to get through it. Now, if you don't meet a bunch of people, that's okay, because what have we done? We've opened the opportunity. Because if you did that at home, you're not going to meet anybody. If you go there, there's a chance somebody might say hi. There's a chance that somebody might say, "Hey, I saw you doing this. What's your name?" Or maybe you meet the instructor. But you're out. You're out. You're in a group. You are inviting the chance to start building your own tribe and new relationships. And you kept your promise and you got there and you got a workout in. Check, 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 check. That's day 8.